Hello from Dhaka, this is Ziaur Rahman and you are watching BSS News. At first, the headlines. Ziaur Rahman's rise to power was turning point for country, says Mirza Fakhrul Alamgir. We will move for elections only after July Charter implementation, says Nahid Islam. Anti-Discrimination Student Movement pays homage at Shaheed Zia's mausoleum. Dhaka pledges support to fill Japan's labor gap. President Donald Trump says expects international stabilization force in Gaza very soon. Now the details. Ziaur Rahman's rise to power was turning point for country, says Mirza Fakhrul Alamgir. Bangladesh Nationalist Party Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Alamgir has said that the rise to power of Bangladesh Nationalist Party founder and Shohid President Ziaur Rahman through the Sepoy People's Revolution was a turning point for the country. He made the remarks today, Friday, after paying tribute at the tomb of Shohid President Ziaur Rahman in Dhaka, marking Revolution and Solidarity Day. Mirza Fakhrul said Ziaur Rahman established multi-party democracy, ensured media and people's rights, and brought radical political, social and economic changes within just 4 years. He added that Ziaur Rahman introduced the independence of the judiciary and a free market economy, laying the foundation for Bangladesh's progress. Senior Bangladesh Nationalist Party leaders, including Standing Committee members Salahuddin Ahmed, Mirza Abbas and Goyeshwar Chandra Roy were also present at the event. BNP Secretary General further alleged that malicious attempts and conspiracies are now underway to destroy democracy after the July uprising. He urged everyone to unite in the spirit of 7th November to protect democracy. We will move for elections only after July Charter implementation, says Nahid Islam. National Citizen Party convener Nahid Islam has said the party will take part in the upcoming national elections only after the swift implementation of the July Charter. He made the remarks this afternoon at a discussion marking the launch of the University Teachers Forum at the Poet Shamsur Rahman Auditorium of Bangla Academy in Dhaka. Nahid Islam said there is no scope for any note of dissent in the July Charter, as all decisions made through consensus will remain and the rest will be decided by the people. He urged the Chief Advisor's intervention to implement the Charter, adding that the forthcoming elections should be based on its legal framework, which reflects the aspirations of the student-led July uprising. The National Citizen Party convener also said the next Parliament and Reform Council should include youth, teachers, women, minorities and professionals to uphold the spirit of the July Charter. Reiterating his earlier position, Nahid Islam said the order for the July Charter must be issued by Dr. Mohammad Yunus and a referendum must be held before the election. He said that those who took part in the July uprising should have representation in the new parliament, which will form a reform council to draft a new constitution. Nahid Islam also highlighted the vital role of teachers in the July uprising, saying their contribution will be remembered forever. Anti-Discrimination Student Movement pays homage at Shaheed Zia's mausoleum. The Anti-Discrimination Student Movement, the platform that led the 2024 July mass uprising, paid tribute today at the mausoleum of Bangladesh Nationalist Party founder Shohid President Ziaur Rahman in Sheribangla Nagar on the occasion of the National Revolution and Solidarity Day. Leaders and activists of the platform placed floral wreaths at Ziaur Rahman's grave this morning. Speaking to reporters, President Rifat Rashid said the homage reflected the organization's vision for a new political settlement beyond partisan lines. He said, "We pay tribute to all national leaders who fought for Bangladesh's independence, sovereignty and democracy." Rifat Rashid added that Mr. Ziaur Rahman's referendum had strengthened the democratic foundation of the country through people's mandate. He described Ziaur Rahman as a leader of all parties and all people and said his patriotism and sacrifice deserve deep respect. Highlighting the current political climate, the student leader warned that creating artificial divisions between the armed forces and the people is a dangerous fascist conspiracy that must be resisted. He said, "Our goal is to bridge that gap and restore mutual trust between the armed forces and the people." Rifat Rashid also noted that 7th November reminds the nation that students, the public and the military share one goal: to protect Bangladesh's independence and the safety of its people. He emphasized that a referendum and a national election are two separate processes, saying each must be conducted transparently and independently. The student leader expressed disappointment that the Consensus Commission's recommendations did not include consultation with injured activists, students, and families of the July martyrs. Dhaka pledges support for fill Japan's labor gap. Senior Secretary of the Ministry of Expatriates Welfare and Overseas Employment, Dr. Niyamatullah Bhuiya, said today that Bangladesh will take all possible steps to help address Japan's projected shortage of 11 million workers by 2040. He said both countries would benefit from the joint efforts of Bangladeshi and Japanese recruiting organizations to meet Japan's growing labor demand while ensuring decent employment opportunities for skilled Bangladeshi workers. Dr. Bhia told a seminar titled Bangladesh, a highly potential source country of skilled human resources for Japan at a conference center in Nagoya, Japan. The event was organized by the Bangladesh Embassy in Tokyo with support from the Japan International Trainee and Skilled Worker Cooperation Organization known as JITCO. Bangladesh's ambassador to Japan, Mohammad Daud Ali, assured full cooperation from the embassy to ensure the smooth deployment of skilled Bangladeshi workers to Japan. Highlighting labor market data, Dr. Bhuiya said Japan is expected to recruiting about 11 million foreign workers by 2040, while Bangladesh has a surplus of around 25 million working age people. He said 33 technical training centers have been designated to prepare Bangladeshi workers for the Japanese market and that a dedicated Japan cell has been established within the ministry to coordinate related activities. Ambassador Shigeo Matsutomi, Senior Vice President of JITCO, presented an overview of global labor trends and Japan's employment prospects. Later, 4 agreements were signed between Bangladeshi manpower sending agencies and Japanese recruiting companies to strengthen bilateral labor cooperation. President Donald Trump says expects international stabilization force in Gaza very soon. US President Donald Trump said on Thursday that a United States coordinated international stabilization force will be deployed in Gaza very soon. He made the statement at a White House event with Central Asian leaders. Trump said the multinational force is part of his post-war governance plans for Gaza and will include troops from Egypt, Qatar, Turkey, and the United Arab Emirates. He added that several countries have volunteered to respond if any issue arises with Hamas. The force will train and support vetted Palestinian police in Gaza with assistance from Egypt and Jordan. It will also work to secure border areas and prevent weapons smuggling to Hamas. The United States has circulated a draft United Nations Security Council resolution to support Trump's plan, including approval for the deployment of the international force. The draft has been shared with elected Security Council members and regional partners such as Egypt, Qatar, the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, and Turkey. A vote on the resolution has not yet been scheduled. Diplomatic sources said several countries are ready to join the force but want a Security Council mandate before deployment. The head of the United States Central Command recently said during a visit to Gaza that no American troops would be deployed there. The fragile ceasefire between Israel and Hamas was reached on 10th October, following 2 years of war in Gaza. However, the humanitarian crisis in the territory continues. That's all for now. For more updates, visit bssnews.net. Thanks for watching.